You didn't find this message found you. And that's not coincidence, that's confirmation. There's a reason your spirit led you here at this exact moment. Deep down, you've felt the shift, the tug, the knowing. Something inside you is waking up. And what's coming next is not small. This is personal. This is powerful. This is divine alignment in real time. You've been chosen not because you're perfect, but because you're ready. Ready to rise. Ready to break cycles. Ready to step into a version of yourself you've only glimpsed in your highest visions. This moment isn't just a turning point. It's a launch point. So if your soul is feeling this already, don't hold back. Lock in. Stay with me. Because by the time we're done, something inside you will shift. And when it does, nothing will be the same again. Let's begin. There's something stirring within you. An inner recognition that change is not coming. It's here. What lies ahead isn't an ordinary shift. It's a full breaking open of barriers you didn't even realize had been holding you back. The signals have been subtle until now. A feeling you couldn't name. An urge to stretch beyond what's familiar. But now, it's undeniable. The ground is moving. The atmosphere around your life is charged. And you're not being invited to observe this change. You're being called to lead it. This moment is more than inspiration. It's a divine nudge wrapped in confirmation. The hesitation you've been carrying is no match for what's rising within you. Every limitation you've accepted is about to be rewritten by purpose. What's coming next is not a repeat of the past. It's a brand new dimension of possibility. You don't need all the answers. You only need to respond to the pull. The timeline of your life has reached its activation point. What once felt like delay was actually precision. Something greater is unfolding, and it requires your full attention. You've been prepared quietly, even when you felt forgotten. But heaven has been orchestrating movement behind the curtain. Now, the lights are coming on. This is your release point. A soul-level awakening is underway. No more postponing, no more shrinking. Your potential has a time slot, and it's now. What once looked like a setback was actually a setup. The loneliness, the waiting, the pressure, it was all part of the design. And now, the design is coming to life. This isn't about hype. This is alignment. The window has opened, and grace is flowing with it. Destiny doesn't ask permission. It requires obedience. And the moment you say yes, the shift becomes unstoppable. When your heart is full of God's love, it's a sign to give. By tapping the super thank you button and offering $100 or more, you become a vessel of His grace. Your generosity can change lives, reaching hearts you may never meet. You have a divine purpose, and this act of faith carries His light forward. Give now, and may His blessings surround you always. Let go of the mental noise. Dismiss the false timelines that told you you're behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Everything you've walked through has built a foundation strong enough to carry what's next. This breakthrough isn't just about personal reward. It's about legacy. You're not just stepping into newness for yourself. You're opening doors that will remain unlocked for others after you. The weight you felt wasn't punishment. It was a signal that something powerful was being born through you. The push, the pressure, the restlessness, it all led to this. The breakthrough isn't coming to rescue you. It's rising from within you. It's already been planted. Now it's time for full emergence. So breathe deeply and lean in. What's unfolding is sacred. What's awakening is unstoppable. And what's waiting on the other side of your yes is more expansive, more purposeful, and more powerful than anything you've experienced before. The beginning isn't approaching, it's already begun. Walk into it. Make your impact eternal. Join now and be a light in someone's darkness. You are standing in a divine moment, one crafted precisely for where you are right now in your growth, your awareness, and your readiness. There's no randomness here. This message found its way to you because your spirit is open, your heart is listening, and your soul is prepared to move forward with direction and intention. You didn't stumble into this moment. You were summoned into it. Recently, the journey may have felt like pushing uphill with no summit in sight. You've met obstacles that tested your limits and faced setbacks that left you questioning your pace. But not a single tear, pause, or prayer has gone unnoticed. What you couldn't see was the blueprint being adjusted behind the curtain. Every delay was not a denial, but a divine reset. You haven't been stuck, you've been positioned. Think of a skilled sculptor shaping something from stone. From one angle, it might seem like a mess, fragments falling everywhere. But to the artist, every chip is intentional. Every pause has purpose. And right now, you are mid-creation. What feels like disorder is actually a masterpiece in the making. You are being sculpted for something you're about to carry with grace and power. You may not realize it, but you've entered a sacred stage, a divine pause designed not to delay, but to align. This holding pattern isn't punishment, it's spiritual calibration. Think of it like a system updating in the background, quiet but essential. While things may seem still externally, massive upgrades are happening within you. New clarity, new resilience, new perspective. This isn't the moment to rush. It's the time to reset, recharge, and receive. The stillness is fertile. In it, divine insight is being planted in your spirit. Wisdom is being woven into your thoughts, and strength is being restored in places that once felt drained. This is sacred prep work. The silence you feel is sacred soundproofing for something that will soon speak loudly through your life. And when this divine pause ends, you won't just be restored. You'll be equipped. You won't simply continue. You'll launch. This next phase will ask more of you, but you won't be meeting it empty. You're being equipped in every realm, mentally sharpened, emotionally stabilized, spiritually fortified, and physically prepared. This preparation is intentional. Just like a climber doesn't ascend the summit without the right training, you are being strengthened for the weight of what's coming. So be intentional with your energy. Guard your focus. Speak life over your path. Let what you consume nourish you, body and soul. This isn't just about movement. It's about maintenance of what's soon to arrive. The magnitude of your next season requires your full presence. This is the time to train your inner world for the external blessings that are lining up. When the door opens, it will be fast, and you'll need to be ready, not scrambling, not hesitating, but aligned, grounded, and fully awake. The shift is near, not in theory, but in manifestation. And when it breaks, it will change everything. Stay present, stay clear, stay ready, because what's on the way doesn't need to be chased. It needs to be welcomed. And you're almost there. There's a shift unfolding that's already touching your life. One that doesn't announce itself loudly, but moves like a surge behind the scenes. Something in you already knows. The tides have turned. This isn't something in the distance. It's active, present, real. You're in the center of a transformation that's accelerating by the second. The signal has already been sent. The movement has begun. What once felt delayed is now gaining unstoppable traction. Imagine a circuit sparking to life, not with chaos, but with focused intention. That's the energy surrounding you now. Pathways you thought were closed are responding to your presence. Solutions are emerging from places you never looked. What's opening up now isn't the result of chance. It's the harvest of spiritual readiness. Your spirit said, yes, and now the world is responding. And if you've been waking in the early hours, long before the sun considers rising, know this isn't random. That hour that breaks the silence of night, when the world is hushed, is not simply about lost sleep. It's an invitation, a whisper from the realm beyond time, drawing your attention not to disrupt you, but to activate you. That pull you feel at 4 a.m. isn't insomnia, it's alignment, a sacred summoning. When the barriers between dimensions soften and divine instruction flows freely, make your impact eternal. Join now and be a light in someone's darkness. During those moments, your mind is less cluttered, your soul more alert. It's in that quiet that deeper clarity can reach you. Revelations that don't come during daylight noise. If you've been stirred awake again and again, know this: your spirit is being positioned to hear. Use that space. Don't rush back to sleep. Lean into it. Get still. Ask questions. Be open. It's in that stillness that divine responses arrive with precision. In this season, dreams are taking on a sharper voice. Not the random scenes of the mind wandering, but messages that arrive coded in story, feeling, and symbol. You are not simply sleeping. You are being shown. When you wake with fragments or flashes still lingering in your chest, don't dismiss them. Those pieces are pieces of direction, divine clues wrapped in metaphor. Write them down, revisit them. What seems puzzling at first glance is often profound once decoded. When your heart is full of God's love, it's a sign to give. By tapping the super thank you button and offering $100 or more, you become a vessel of His grace. Your generosity can change lives, reaching hearts you may never meet. You have a divine purpose, and this act of faith carries His light forward. Give now, and may His blessings surround you always. These are not ordinary nights. They are sacred briefings. Your soul is receiving updates from the unseen realm, aligning you with truth, steering you away from distraction, and pointing you toward promise. What comes next is not about chasing, it's about listening. And in that listening, you will recognize the signs. You are not imagining the shift. You are living inside of it. The moment of change has already arrived. The signal is active. Stay tuned in. Spirit awake, heart clear, mind open. The breakthroughs you've been praying for aren't coming. They've begun. Underneath everything you've experienced, a subtle but unstoppable transformation has taken root. Your awareness is shifting. Your senses are tuning into a wavelength not everyone can hear, a frequency that carries direction, comfort, and insight from realms unseen. It's not imagination. It's not wishful thinking. It's the evolution of your spiritual resonance. What once seemed like coincidence now feels intentional. What you once overlooked now feels sacred. You're decoding life differently because your soul has matured into a deeper level of understanding. You've crossed into a season where divine impulses arrive not through grand signs, but through intuition that feels like inner knowing. Your choices are aligning, not out of logic alone, but from a place of divine prompting. This isn't just clarity, it's confirmation. That inner voice growing louder is not new. You've just finally become quiet enough to hear it clearly. Because of this elevation, You are being prepared to receive breakthroughs that match your exact frequency. There is no generic path forward. What's coming is custom-built to meet the shape of your journey, to harmonize with your uniqueness. These next openings are not random. They are precise, personal, and perfectly timed. Whether your nature leans inward or outward, soft-spoken or outspoken, something is being prepared for the truth of who you are, not the version you had to perform. And for those whose strength has often gone unnoticed, for the ones who listened more than they spoke, who processed deeply before they acted, your shift is near. This next season will highlight your presence in ways that do not require you to become louder or louder to be seen. The world is beginning to need the very thing you carry: the calm insight, the grounded perspective, the leadership that flows not from ego, but from empathy. The impact you're about to make will not feel like a performance. It will feel like coming home to your own voice. You're not being asked to change your nature. You're being lifted into rooms where your nature is finally valued. Eyes will turn toward you, not because you demand attention, but because your energy commands respect. And in those moments, you'll know this is what you were being shaped for all along. So lean in. The shift that's unfolding is not just about recognition, it's about reclamation. You are about to take your place in a story that only you were meant to tell. Some individuals were born to stir movement, to spark momentum, just by stepping into a space. If you naturally take initiative and energize those around you, a profound shift is unfolding on your horizon. What's approaching won't just lift your position, it will expand your reach, your voice, and your access to impact. This is more than gaining visibility, it's a spiritual promotion. Your charisma and ability to inspire are now unlocking rooms that once felt distant. These rising tides aren't random, they're synchronized with your destiny. But this next stage isn't just a reward, it's an assignment. The influence you're gaining is being placed in your hands for divine distribution. The spotlight you're stepping into isn't meant for self-glory. It's meant to illuminate others. Your ideas will guide teams, your presence will carry weight, and your choices will ripple outward in ways you can't yet measure. Leadership like this demands more than vision. It demands heart. Stay grounded. Let humility guide your elevation. When purpose drives power, transformation happens not only in you, but through you. For those who've walked deeply in spirit, beyond surface rituals, into a space where the unseen speaks louder than the visible, your elevation will feel more like an unveiling than a reward. You've spent years refining your inner world. The frequency of your awareness has stretched beyond the everyday, and now a portal is opening. You're being invited into a higher field of consciousness where the edges of physicality blur and truth becomes felt rather than spoken. This expansion isn't just for your benefit, it's a call to serve. You'll notice your insights sharpening, your ability to perceive energy and motive intensifying, your role shifting from seeker to guide. Don't fear the unknown. You've already been walking in realms others have yet to name. This is your moment to embody what you've cultivated quietly. You are not just evolving. You are becoming a map for others, navigating their awakening. Move with intention, because this level of grace comes with responsibility. What flows through you now has the power to awaken multitudes. And if you feel like you're still unraveling, still questioning, still waiting for clarity, do not think for a moment you've been forgotten. A shift is forming specifically for you, wrapped in divine encounters that will crack open the shell of who you thought you had to be. These moments may come unannounced, through unexpected voices or small, quiet scenes, but they will rearrange everything. They are not here to impress you. They are here to realign you. You don't need to have it all figured out to be worthy of what's coming. You are being prepared in real time. Growth is already occurring in the places where you feel most uncertain. These sacred interruptions will awaken buried gifts and unlock purpose like lightning through stone. You won't remain where you are, not because you're broken, but because you're evolving. Transformation doesn't require perfection. It requires openness. And your open heart is the very soil where divine strategy is being planted. Amid all this movement, know this: you are not the one piecing it all together. A larger rhythm is directing every turn. Even what appears delayed is arriving on a wavelength you haven't yet perceived. Unseen arrangements are unfolding behind the curtain of what looks like confusion. Don't misread the silence as stillness. There is orchestration in motion, and it's for you. What seems disconnected now will become a mosaic of perfect timing. There is a wisdom older than time itself, linking people, places, and moments to bring your next chapter into full color. You are not wandering, you are being directed. Let that truth settle into your chest. You don't have to force anything open. What is aligned with your soul will arrive without manipulation. And when it does, it will feel like you've always known it was coming. There's a reason some shifts don't announce themselves with thunder. The most powerful changes often enter quietly, through stillness, delay, or discomfort. What looks like inactivity is actually sacred construction. Not every miracle wears a spotlight. Some arrive dressed as routine. Some slip in when you think nothing is happening at all. But beneath the surface, layers are being rearranged for your benefit. In this season, trust in what isn't obvious. The silence is not absence, it's alignment. Something beyond your senses is moving with fierce love on your behalf. The path that felt uncertain was never empty. It was coded with lessons that couldn't be taught in calm. Every fall, every no, every closed door has shaped a wiser, sharper, more grounded version of you. What you once saw as pain was actually preparation. The weight you carried was building muscle where weakness once lived. That discomfort, it was chiseling away the false and drawing out your core strength. The future you're walking into needed you to be this version, not who you were before the fire. That version couldn't hold what's coming. What you endured wasn't wasted. Each moment became a quiet architect of your character. That tension, that stretching, it brought forth insight and grit no shortcut could provide. So rather than resenting the struggle, honor it. Not because it was pleasant, but because it was pivotal. It wrote a story no one can steal. You've been crafted through experience, not imagined. And that's why your foundation will hold when the elevation comes. When your heart is full of God's love, it's a sign to give. By tapping the super thank you button and offering $100 or more, you become a vessel of His grace. Your generosity can change lives, reaching hearts you may never meet. You have a divine purpose, and this act of faith carries His light forward. Give now, and may His blessings surround you always. This chapter is a test of rhythm, not of speed. Just because things seem delayed doesn't mean they're denied. Divine timing works like a grand composition. It arrives when every note is ready to be played. There's no rushing wisdom. There's no shortcut to divine alignment. You may be ready in mind, but the setting is still forming around you. That's not punishment. It's precision. What's being built for you is not ordinary. It takes time because it's tailored. When the moment does arrive, it won't just feel right. It will feel familiar, like you've been walking toward it your entire life. Everything that once confused you will suddenly make sense in the light of fulfillment. The pieces you tried to fit together in the dark will click effortlessly in divine clarity. Don't let the weight convince you nothing is happening. Let it remind you that what's meant for you is being handled with care. Your story is not off track. It's on divine schedule. Stay alert, stay grounded, and keep showing up with faith even when the scene hasn't changed yet. Because behind the curtain of now, the future is quietly unfolding, and it's bigger than you dared to expect. There are seasons where nothing on the outside shifts, yet everything on the inside evolves. Even if the mirror shows the same reflection, something deep within is being rewired. The transformation happening now isn't loud, but it's critical. It's a strengthening that doesn't require applause, only presence. There's a surge happening in your inner world, fueling your focus, sharpening your insight, and readying you for what your physical eyes can't yet see. Growth, when authentic, is often quiet. Think of someone learning to breathe underwater. It's not about being seen. It's about building the ability to thrive where others might drown. This phase is the invisible conditioning, where your core is being fortified. It's preparing you to carry what's coming with discernment and stability. Honor the silence. What's growing beneath the surface will eventually reshape everything above it. Your strength isn't on pause, it's being charged. There have likely been patterns appearing in your life, subtle shifts, perfectly timed encounters, or an overwhelming calm, even in uncertainty. These aren't coincidences, they're divine markers, signaling a new chapter forming around you. Often the most powerful blessings don't arrive with noise. They unfold like dawn, gradually, but with certainty. The kind of moments that whisper before they roar. It's not about seeing it all at once, but noticing the evidence that grace is unfolding in real time. You're entering an atmosphere where favor accelerates and burdens quietly lift. What's been aligning in the background is about to intersect your reality in ways that surpass logic. Whether it comes through clarity in a relationship, a restored opportunity, or a sudden inner knowing, you'll feel the shift. Stay open. The unfolding may not match your expectations, but it will exceed your spirit's deepest desires. Let trust lead you now. Make your impact eternal. Join now and be a light in someone's darkness. And if you've been pulled from sleep during the stillest hours, don't dismiss it. There's a sacred rhythm that pulses in the early dark, a pulse that calls only those ready to hear beyond noise. That pull in the night is more than restlessness. It's a holy invitation. The world may be asleep, but something greater is fully awake within you. It's no accident you're being stirred in that hour. It's the moment when the atmosphere clears and direction becomes easier to receive. That silence holds answers. That solitude holds strategy. Great shifts often whisper first. Use that time intentionally. Listen, reflect, align. The guidance waiting there is tailor-made for your journey. These early awakenings aren't interruptions. They're initiation. You are being equipped to walk into something weightier, something wider. The peace you feel in those moments isn't emptiness, it's presence. Embrace it. The signs are clear. Your inner system is syncing with divine flow. What seems still is actually stirring. What felt delayed is gaining speed. And you are more ready than you think. Stay open to the signs. Lean into the silence. Let your soul catch the signal before the world sees the result. Everything is building. And soon, the breakthrough will have a name. yours. There are moments when everything you've planned gets paused, and not by accident. These aren't setbacks. They're sacred pivots, where something greater is trying to reroute your direction before you settle for less. Disruptions like these don't always come gently. They may look like chaos, but in reality, they are divine redirections wrapped in disguise.